How's it going, everybody? Good morning. This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist, coming to you from my art studio. Just really quick, guys, because I got to get back to work. I just wanted to get you started in your morning, reminding you, look, it's very easy to lose track of the things you care about, of the things that you need to do, the things you need to take care of. It's very easy to lose track of that. You have to constantly, I don't know what the word would be. I don't know what the words would be. Regain awareness, getting back to, I don't know, centering yourself, whatever you want to call it. Getting back to the things that matter. Okay? As an artist, I've realized that there are many things in your plate. There are many things in your plate. I think as any business owner, small business owner, artist, if you're an artist and you are an artist who's like, man, like there's two ways of really looking at it. Because I know a lot of artists are like, oh man, I'm an artist, but I don't care about living from this. Cool. So you like to create artwork. But if you're an artist that lives from that, or that wants to live from that, or that's your career, stop messing with it, guys. Like, stop kidding yourself. It's a business, and the faster you get into that mode, the less you're going to suffer. You need to jump out. You need to jump out of the idea of playing with it. It's very easy to play with it. It's very easy to elongate the process. You know, I'm an artist, but, you know, I have my 8 to 5 job and on and on. But I really want to monetize from this and whatnot. It's very easy to play with it. What you need to do is make it very firm that you are going to create income from your artwork, and you got to figure out how. And you have to understand the market too, because sometimes people want to make income from their artwork, but they're not paying attention to what the market wants. I learned something great now. Awesome. It's you have to pay attention to what the market wants, because you could be an artist and you're like, man, I like painting, I don't know, abstract stuff with, I don't know, some minimalist abstract stuff with a very limited palette. That's really awesome, but unless you're going to take it to a big marketplace, you may be having a hard time with that. You may be having a hard time unless you take it to a big marketplace. What I mean by that is, unless you put it in Crate and Barrels or Targets or a lot of galleries, or a big gallery that promotes you, you know, country or worldwide, you may have a problem with that, because you may not understand what the market really wants. I hope I'm making myself clear. It's very easy to lose track. It's very easy to bullshit yourself. It's very easy to do that because we see people like we think I want to be an artist and I want to make it, you know, I want to make income from that. And maybe you paint like Mark Rothko, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Okay, I'm only using Mark Rothko as an example because the work is very minimalist and abstract. But if you don't understand who to show that to and how often to show that to, you may have a hard time selling it. As a matter of fact, you will have a hard time selling it if you don't understand who to show it to, how many people to show it to, and how often do you need to appear in the marketplace. Because I feel like I had an epiphany this morning. I was like, man, I talk to a lot of artists every day, and some of them ask me, how do I do it? How to start creating sales? And my very first question is, okay, what type of work do you do, number one, and who are you showing it to? Because if you're doing very abstract, expressionist, almost dark stuff, and you're showing it to, I don't know, you're showing it to people who like plein air painting, they're not really going to care for it. As a matter of fact, they're going to be disgusted by it. They're going to be like, I don't want to see this. But if you show it to the right people, maybe to more avant-garde, I don't know, social media, interior decor, or somewhere where it suits better, right? Where people are more into contemporary artwork, then you're gonna be more in line with that, and then find places that are more in line with that, and then show it to as many people. And it was a little spark this morning for me. I was like, oh man, like so many artists are not paying attention to this. If you want to make a living as an artist, it's very easy to bullshit yourself and to think, oh well, you know, there's room for everything, because look at Mark Rothko. Mark Rothko became famous. Look at de Kooning, William de Kooning. Look at, you know, anyone. Look at Matisse or whatever. There is room for everyone. I don't necessarily have to paint realism. I don't necessarily have to paint abstraction. I can do whatever I want. You're right. There is room for everyone, but not everyone's gonna get Mark Rothko famous. Now let's put this let's settle this. Not everyone's gonna get Picasso famous, guys. At best, most people are gonna generate some income from it in their lifetime. Not everybody's going to be the next Bob Ross, okay? Not everybody's going to be the next Monet. So just because they are examples out there doesn't mean that everybody's going to do that. Are we able to purchase your Craigslist guideline yet? And if so, where's the link? Thank you. Your work is incredible. Oh, yeah. The Craigslist, the Craigslist guide is going to be up, I believe, after 6 p.m. today. I'm gonna let you guys know. It's almost finished. Just finishing editing some stuff, and it's going to be up latest tonight. If for any reason it takes a little longer, I'll let you know. But I will announce it. I will make a video out of it. Thank you so much for reaching out about that. Those of you who want to purchase the Craigslist guide, how I started, how I made $525 in one day, I'm gonna have it ready tonight. So, but I'm gonna be talking about it in a couple of more videos. Where to go, and I'm gonna put the link below. But thank you for that. Thank you for reaching out and asking that question. So, if you're an artist and you're starting out, it's very easy to get lost, guys. How do you get your foot into the door into the art world? Oh, okay. Financially, yeah. To get. Look. There's two ways of doing this. One of them is being relentless. Okay? If you want to get income from your artwork, you have to do things different than what you've done before. You have to really stretch yourself. Most of us are not there, and that's why we can't seem to get financial rewards. You have to stretch yourself. If you're painting one painting a month and you're just kind of doing a little something, it's very hard because you're not really showing enough work. I've talked about this in many other videos. One way to do it is to create more work. I know it feels like you're already doing a lot, but chances are you're not creating enough work. You need to create more work, and if you already created enough work, which is not everybody's case, it's not most people's case, then you need to be relentless at showing it. You have to show it. What most people do is that they show it in one place, and they're not really consistent at it. They're like, well, I show it on my Facebook, right, page, or on Facebook pages. Yeah, well, how many? I'm gonna give you an example, okay? I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm doing to generate just a little extra every day. At this time right now in my life, I'm making multiple six-figure income a year, okay? I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars right now selling my artwork. At this point in my career, I still take the time to show my art on Facebook groups that I have to manually input. I have to manually share. Just just to give you a little bit of context, I share on about 60 different Facebook groups every day, sometimes 3 times a day. Just to give you a little bit of context of one of the many things that I do. Okay, that's one of the many things that I do, other than showing it on my Facebook, right? My Facebook fan page, showing my work and my content, right? On LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram. Every day I'm doing at least 4 or 5 videos on Instagram, talking to artists, encouraging artists, letting people know that I'm here, I'm live, this is where I am. Why? There's many reasons why. One of them, I want to help people, of course. That's the main thing. I want to be able to help people so that people can be like, dude, I know who that cat is. That cat is, he's all right. He's all right. I've heard him talk. You know? He's one of the good guys. Number one, for that reason. Number two, I know I need to get people to know who I am. If I don't get people to know who I am, it's going to be very difficult for me. It's softening the marketplace. It's sort of like a farmer first softening the ground before you put the seeds in there. You soften the ground, right? So this is what I'm doing. Every time I'm showing up, I'm softening the ground. I do about 4 or 5 videos a day just on Instagram. Out of those 4 or 5 videos, I put 2 to 3 videos that I think are most suitable to YouTube, right? Out of those videos on YouTube, I create at least 1 or 2 articles from that, and I put those articles on LinkedIn. This is just about daily, guys. This is just about daily. I throw content out into the world every 15 minutes on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter. Those 3 platforms, every 15 minutes, something's coming out. If you don't believe me, go check out my Facebook fan page, Jose D. Trujillo, the letter D. Trujillo, my last name. And you'll see what I'm doing. So the reason why I gave you context in the beginning of look, I'm already monetizing. I'm creating multiple 6-figure income a year, right? In my art studio. And I still take the time to do all of this shit, right? All of this stuff. How many art pieces do you do a day? I do many art pieces a day. It's a full running studio. I do dozens of pieces a day. Different stuff. I do at least 20 drawings, right? Charcoal drawings. I'm always creating artwork. Now, not everything I do, I sell. Most of it, about 90-something% of it. Some of it I give it away. Some of it but you have to give it away to the right places, right? I give it away to certain places where I know that it's going to help me, right? One of the things that I do is that I participate in galas. I keep saying gala like Dali's gala. Galas, right? I don't do sculptures. I do know how to do sculptures. I work with clay. I work with different materials. But I'm not doing that at the moment. I'm focusing on two-dimensional work. I'm focusing on drawings. I do some pottery. But right now I'm not making the pottery. I'm painting on pottery. And that's what I'm focusing on right now. But just to give you a bit of context, look, you have to be relentless. That's one way of doing it. You have to be relentless, okay? And constantly show up in the marketplace. The other way of doing it, and I think that you should, if it matters to you, you should do them both, right? The other way is what I told a gentleman yesterday who contacted me from, where was this from? Australia. I think it was Australia. He contacted me on Facebook and he asked me, look, I know that you do coaching. I would like to get into that. I don't know what the pricing is, one-on-one coaching. So I went and I told him right now I'm charging $95 for 30 minutes and $150 for 1 hour right now, right? I don't do this. I don't do the coaching as my main bread and butter. I do that on the side. So I really try to do it often. So, anyways, I told him about my fees, and I told him, well, he asked me, what can I do? I'm not selling, right? That's why he asked about the coaching. What can I do? I'm not selling. I've been an artist for years now, and I sell sporadically. Every now and then I'll sell a piece, but I'm not really selling. What can I do? And I told him, look, this is what I do. I do coaching. And then he's like, well, I can't really get into the coaching. I don't have the disposable income for it and whatnot. And I was like, cool, okay. Totally understand. I've been there. I know what that is. And every time I contact someone, I like to give them a little, some valuable thing, you know. How do you determine the price for your artwork? I want to do commissions, but I'm stuck on the prices. I'll tell you right now. So I like to give people some valuable something, right? Something. If they're contacting me, I don't want to send them off empty-handed. This is something that I learned from a mentor, and it's common sense. But one of my mentors expressed it to me. So this person asked me, I've been an artist for years now, and I haven't been able to sell. What can I do? I can't get into your coaching either. I don't have the disposable income. It's something that I know it's valuable, but I really don't have it. I really think that he doesn't want to, right? It's not that expensive. Like, that's not what I do for a living, so it's not. I'm not going bananas about it, right? I think if you do like a coaching call, I don't know, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour, you'll pick my brain really well, because I tend to share a lot for free. So I'll be more tempted to share more if I'm being paid. So anyways, I didn't want to send them off empty-handed, so I told them, look, here's what you can do. And I'm gonna tell all of you guys right now, here's what you can do. If you don't know what to do, if you're starting out or you're being an artist for a while now, the single most important thing, okay, is you need to find where people are. Okay, you need to find where people are hanging out. You need to look at where our customers at. I don't know. This could be eBay, Etsy, Saatchi Art. This could be Amazon. This could be Facebook. Right? If you have enough people on Facebook, this definitely could be Facebook. You need to find out where people are. And the single most important thing to do is to work on an offer. You need to come up with an offer. Most people don't get the ball rolling. Hey, coffee please. Most people don't get the ball rolling because they focus on long term. There's two ways of doing this. There's long term. Okay, there's long term. You have to play them both, but you have to know what you need first. If in the beginning what you want is to create income from your artwork, you need to create what is called a cash flow strategy. You need a cash flow strategy. This is what I teach on my consulting, on my coaching. A cash flow strategy, which means you need to be able to start getting revenue from what you do. And most people are like, oh, I got to share my work. Oh, I got to go talk about my work. And they just focus on that. You got to do that, and you got to focus on it relentlessly, but it can't be the only thing you do. Because if it's the only thing you do, it's going to take longer. Okay? It might take you years before people start catching up to your value. Right? You write an article, you post an article on LinkedIn, and people are like, oh, that's nice. But you gotta post dozens of them a day. You gotta post a lot. You gotta be relentless about it in order for people to start catching up. You know? In order for people to just start getting to hear who you are, to pay attention to who you are. So this is one of the things that I do on Instagram. One of the things that I do on Instagram is I post a lot of content every day. This is the long-term game for me. The long-term game for me. I'm gonna tell you the short-term game, okay? Which means how can I start getting cash for my services? How can I start generating cash right now so that I can start a fire? You need to start a fire, right? You know, you need to start a fire. A lot of pressure, a lot of speed, and it needs to come out. Some spark needs to come out. So how can you do that? You need to focus. I'm going to say it again. You need to focus on an offer. Jaula. Most people don't focus on an offer, and that's a problem. What do I mean by this? This is what I told my buddy from I think it's Australia. I'm gonna say the buddy from Australia. This is what I told him. Look, you're focusing on the long term only, and that's why you're not getting cash in. You need to focus on both. You need to write articles. You need to shoot out content, right, on every social media platform, and that's long term, right? Because a year from now, people are gonna be like, "Oh, I know who this cat is. Cool. Let me see what he's about." Right? Maybe click on your link. Go check out your website. Go check out your products. Whatever. Tell someone who's in buying mode. Right? Tell someone who's shopping for that, or maybe themselves. Who knows? But that's long term. Faster is an offer. I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by an offer. You need to Godfather the shit out of this. You need to give them an offer they can't refuse. You need to give them an offer that they're like, "Oh man, well that's obvious. It'll be stupid if I don't." Okay? You need to craft an offer. And this, by the way, does not necessarily have to be your artwork. It can be. It can be. This is where most people go wrong because they're like, "I'm not going to give my work away." Okay, don't. I don't know. Find something. Draw something. Watercolor something. It doesn't have to be like a full-on oil painting or a big-ass acrylic painting. Figure something out. You have to start being creative now. You have to figure something out. That you can craft an offer, okay? You have to craft an offer that they're like, "Man, this is obvious." I'm going to give you an example. Maybe you know how to paint really well, right? You know how to paint portraits really well. Here's an offer that maybe you can craft that people just can't refuse to get the ball rolling, to start monetizing, okay? Very simple. You paint portraits. You're really good at painting portraits. Do a full-on portrait tutorial, like a full-on portrait tutorial, from beginning to end, from where to get the brushes, the materials, what do you need, what stores do you buy it, and on and on and on, like a full detail one. Something that if you would have to charge for it, you would probably have to charge about, I don't know, $300-500 for it. You know, something really well done. And I'm not talking about high quality, like go get a video, you know. If you can, awesome. But I'm not talking about, you can do it from your phone. But you have to jam-pack it with valuable content. Okay? How to draw the human figure, how to paint the human figure, something. Put that together, okay? And either sell it next to nothing or give it away. But you have to find where people are looking for that. Where is the platform that people are looking for that? It might be Facebook. You might have a lot of friends who are learning how to paint on Facebook. Then you give that to them. What that's going to do is that it's going to start creating fire. Okay? It creates fire. You have to put something on the line. You can't always start out by asking for something. You have to put something in the line. It's a hook. It's something that people are like, "Oh, dude, normally this," and it can't be a shitty thing, okay? Because if it's a shitty thing, no one's going to pay attention to you. No one's going to want it. No one's going to buy it. This is where people go wrong. They're like, "Man, I want to auction. I want to start my auctions like you at 99 cents, right?" And then they come up with some shitty paintings because they're not really painters. They think that they're just going to mimic what I'm doing. And then they can't sell, and they're like, "Well, it's not working for me." No shit, genius. You're not a painter, you know? Or you haven't developed the skill set yet. Like, go develop that first. Go learn how to paint, right? Paint, like, become good at it. You know, I'm not talking about the style. Become good at it. I don't care whether it's expressionism or impressionism or any ism, realism, whatever. Become good at it. Create a skill set that would normally be expensive and try putting it at 99 cents and see what happens. You know? Now, things might not pick up right away for you. It might take some time, right? But it'll start creating a fire. It'll start creating a fire. This is why there's a couple of ladies out there that are like trying to do the same thing that I'm doing, but they're having a hard time on eBay. And they would just ask me. I think they're afraid of asking me because they think that I know that they're trying to like copy my paintings and copy my system, so they won't talk to me about it. I know who you are. I know what you're doing. But look, this is not to discourage you. What I'm trying to say is, look, go get some more skills. Maybe your skills aren't there yet to do that, you know? Maybe you're like, oh, I'm going to give it away. Yeah, but it's something that people don't want. You know, it's like me trying to give ice to Eskimos, right? As the old cliche of the salesperson says, you can't sell ice to Eskimos. You can't give it to someone who doesn't want it. You have to go craft something really good that someone's like, man, I'd be willing to pay $300, $200, maybe $100. I don't know for that. But I see that you're giving it away. This is going to be a beginning to start creating fire. Now, when people bite, and people are like, man, I love that, you know? Look at all the new fitness clubs. Look at all the new places and fitness clubs. What do? First 6 months free, or first month free, or when they open up the businesses, anything. Look at MailChimp. Look at Facebook. Everything. Sooner or later, they're going to start monetizing. It's just that they're big businesses. They take forever to monetize, right? But the strategy is the same. Let's create a platform that people would normally pay for, and let's give it away for free, right? And that creates fire. Now, you're a small business, right? You're a mepreneur, a solopreneur, right? You can't do that. You can't sit there and wait to craft something. Like my man Gary Vaynerchuk's always saying, like, don't monetize yet, don't monetize yet. Well, yeah, if you don't have a family, but if you have, if you have a family, you need to monetize. You need to find out where the money's going to come from. You don't have to have family to do that, but you can't always play the long-term game. You have to play both. I think that you have to play both, and I'm not trying to say that I know more than Gary, but my ass was burning probably more than his. Right? I had a family to take care of, so I couldn't take that advice. I couldn't just be like, well, I'm gonna wait to monetize. Like I'm not Facebook. I can't build a platform, have people hang out, and then get investors, and then wait, and then we'll come up with Facebook ads. I can't do that. I have to find a quick way to start getting, right? Not cutting corners, but an effective, quick way of start getting income in. This is why a lot of artists can't make it work. Here's an example that I learned from Piranha Marketing. Man, I've been all over the place. Piranha Marketing, Joe Polish. This guy's a genius when it comes to marketing. All of these guys, Joe Polish, Frank Kern, all of these guys, they're all buddies. They all drink the same Kool-Aid. This is what I learned from Joe Polish. Okay, this was years ago when I first started. He said he was in the carpet business, right? Washing carpets and shit like that. He said that his business took off when he learned this strategy. It's not new, it's old. I read about this strategy being created, not created, but being done in the early 1700s by a China, people who make those China sets. Porcelain China sets. Anyways, Joe Polish said that he figured the strategy out. I don't know who gave it to him. He figured it out, whatever. It's a cash flow strategy. But you have to put something in the line. What he did, because he washed carpets, he started announcing, right? He was driving around in a van. He started announcing, look, one room for free. One room for free. I'm going to clean one room for free. Most people are like, I don't want to give anything for free. Dude, you're getting inside the door. You're getting a customer to test drive your product. Remember what I told you in the beginning? You got only two things. You either got time or you got income. If you ain't got income, you got time. Go do it for free. Go do it for free. Do it for free. Do something that you would charge for $200-300, right? A room like he did, maybe $100, I don't know, to wash a full room, to wash the carpet and make it spotless clean. The reason why he was doing that is because now you got people's trust and you gave it to them for free. What happens next time? What happens as soon as he's there and he does the room? It's a whole house, but he's only giving one room for free. What do you think most people are going to say? Or at least half of the people are going to say. Or at least 30% of the people are going to say, dude, you're here already. I love it. You did great. Now do the other rooms. Right? They're not going to want only... Imagine if you go and you go into a barber shop. Okay? Here's another cash flow strategy. Now, this creates a cash flow strategy because you come with a gift first. Okay? Imagine you have a one of those fucking places. What it's called, gentleman's barber shop. Imagine if they put a sign that says free beard trims. Right now, beard is like the thing, and beard is the thing, and most people are missing out on this. I think they're so stupid. Every time I go to barber shops, I'm like, dude, you're so stupid. You're missing out on this. Like this, the beard thing right now, the hipsters and all the millennials and everybody is into beard right now. Everybody's been into beard for like the past 10 years. It would be like such an awesome cash flow to have someone, a couple of people in a barber shop to do free beard trim. You know, we clean up your beard for free. Come in. You go in there. Most people are good people. They're going to take out their wallet and they're going to hit you with a 10, 5, 10, 20 bucks. Easily. If you're doing it for free. With that income, with that cash flow, right? It's tip. You're going to pay the people doing the beard. But you're getting one free customer. Get it? You're getting one free customer. It's free. They're actually going to be... People feel bad. You know? They're like, oh, man, you got the beard. Oh, thanks. Most people are not going to walk out and not give you something. People feel... It's a human interaction. They need to. It's psychology. Check out Cialdini's book on psychology, on influence. Most people want to reciprocate. They don't want to go. It's bad karma. Most of us know it's bad karma. If I give you something... Most people are gonna be like, let me give something back. If I go like your photo, most people are gonna be like, well, let me like it. If I go follow you, most people are gonna be like, well, let me follow this person back. You know, most people want to reciprocate. They don't want to go and not give something back when they were given something. So this is what I mean by give something that you would normally charge for. How much would you charge for a beard? Most people charge in the shittiest places. Most people charge like $5, right? In the best places, people charge about 20 bucks, 20, 25 bucks for the beard. Like to do a nice job on the beard. Make sure that the people do a really nice job on the beard. Don't charge, right? I'm giving an example of a barbershop. Don't charge for it. Put a big ass sign. It's free. Maybe put a person out there, you know, encouraging people to do it. I don't know. And have a couple of people doing the beards. You're getting free customers. Right off the bat, you know, a free beard. Free beard. Once they're in there, what do you think they're gonna do? Most people are not gonna. First of all, some of them are gonna give you something. Most people are gonna be like, "Dude, this is awesome." You're gonna start talking. You're gonna train the staff, right, to say, "I'm just giving you an example, okay? Apply this in art." Most people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is nice." Blah blah blah. They're gonna start talking. You train your staff to say, "You know, we can do your hair. Would you like to schedule that?" You don't have to push it. You don't have to push it. Most people are just gonna reciprocate right away. You don't even have to push it. So this is what you can do with your artwork. You don't have to give the artwork away. Maybe you can come up with something else. I don't know. Give a free class. Do something. You do yoga, do the same thing. Most people want to start charging. And that's why they can't monetize. Because they haven't created a cash flow strategy. They want to just charge. They're like, here's my product, buy it. Why? Why would I want to buy it? I get messages from artists just about every day. They're like, I can't sell my work. Well, no. Why would they want to buy it? Give me a reason for people to pay attention to it. It's really great. So is everybody else's. Everybody's work is really great too. Most people paint really well. Why would they choose you over them? One way to do it, again, I'm going to hammer this. Give them something. Verag's Maha says, thank you, great examples. You're welcome. Give them something. Figure out what you can give them. This is what Joe Polish said, you know. I give them a free room. I wash the carpet in the room. Once I'm in there, okay, maybe they won't schedule me. Maybe they won't say, look, do the other rooms. But some people will. because now you're in the house. Now you're talking to the people. They see how well you do. You have to do a great. You can't do a shitty job, or else it's not going to happen. You have to do a great, like a fucking really good job, like your life depends on it type of job. And then people are going to be like, oh my God, this guy's great. You know, this is what he does for free. I can't imagine what he would do if I paid him, right? The psychology in it now has changed, right? The person now trusts you. Now the person is going to have two options. They're going to do this by themselves. You don't even need to push it. By themselves, they're going to say, go do the other rooms. How much for the other rooms? Okay? And you can have like price points. Don't go for the vein. Like, don't go for the most expensive stuff. Like, this is where the cash flow comes in. Have different price points, right? Where you win, you're not bleeding, but both win, right? Like, both have to benefit. And then have some price points. I'll talk to you about that later. Have some price points where now you really can win a lot, right? Some really great price points with big, heavy margins. And so some people are going to say that, and other people are going to be like, oh, great, you did a great job. Now, those people are going to need just a little push, right? Like, let's schedule something, you know? How about we schedule something next month or blah, blah, blah. Most people are not going to get you in and say, oh, man, what they're thinking is, my room's really dirty. I wish I could change it, blah, blah, blah. Here's what someone can do if you're in I told this to a friend. He did it, and then he felt overwhelmed because it's work. And then he's like, oh man, I didn't continue doing it, but I was doing so well. I was like, no shit, genius, you should have hired people right away. He cleans yards and whatnot, and I told him, look, dude, say free garage clean. Free garage clean. I'll clean and I'll organize your garage. We'll haul the trash out and I'll make your garage look spotless. Right? And then give your I clean yards card. He did it for some people, and people started, you know, reciprocating right away. And then he felt overwhelmed because I told him to do that, to put an announcement on the radio. So do an announcement on the radio. Everybody and their fucking dog is going to call you because you're doing it for free. Now be prepared. Have some people to help you. I'm giving you guys some massive content right here. Can't believe I'm doing this. Should have charged for this. See? There you go. Should have charged for this, but I'm going to give it for free. I told this guy, go do that. It started working for him. He felt overwhelmed. Why? Because he didn't have more people. You have to be ready. You have to be ready. And so in the beginning, you take a punch, right? You have to go clean the garage. If you're into yard cleanings, you clean yards and whatnot, you go take the punch first. You clean the garage. Very fast. It's got to be fast. It's got to be fast. Organized. Boom. You come in with a 2 or 3 people, and you do it in, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes right away. You clean it. Boom, 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 boom. You have a trailer. You haul all the trash, and you go to the next one, and then you go to the next one, and you go to the next one. What happens is that you're getting people to trust you. People start trusting you. And that's how you start building the cash flow. People start trusting you. You need to build trust. And you can't build trust by going and knocking on the door and saying, I clean garages. And it's going to be $300. People are going to be like, oh yeah? Oh, cool. Well, thanks, but no thanks. That doesn't solve my problem. See? You have to give something. You have to give something to solve the problem so that people can start trusting you. This is why it's so important. Now, it doesn't have to be physical. It doesn't have to be labor. Okay? This is for like services. I was talking to a buddy. If you're an artist, you can simply do a tutorial, but it has to be something full of content. It has to be good. You could do a drawing. If you draw people, if you're very good a cartoonist or whatever, you can put on Facebook, you know, your anniversary or whatever, send me, I'm going to draw you. I'm going to draw blah, 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 you know, and then you draw the person. Now, this doesn't mean that you give it to them. You just draw them. Doesn't mean that you give the artwork to them. But they have the image. They can keep the image. And then you can hit them with you want me to send it to you? Okay? This is not malicious. It's not malicious. It's business. You're providing a service. Many people are like, man, it'd be so fun to have like a caricature. You know those people that do it on next to the beach or or in high traffic areas in New York or, big cities. Do a caricature. How long could it take you? If you're good at it, it shouldn't take you a whole fucking day. If you're good at it, it should take you... That's how to focus. If you're good at it, it should take you no more than 15 minutes. At most. If you're good at it. And if you're really good at it, it should take you like, I don't know, like 5 minutes or so. But it's gotta be something quick and something good. It's gotta be really good. Something that you would normally charge $40 for. Do it right away. I can draw you, blah, blah, blah. See, the problem is that most people don't want to give something. Most people don't want to. If you're in business, you're in service. If you can't be in service, if all you want to do is charge right away, you might not get the hang of this. You have to give something. This is why well, let me finish telling you this. You can draw something. I'll draw your pet, a pet portrait, for free. Now you can't do this with everybody who doesn't have income. You gotta give it to the people who can pay for it. But you gotta do it for free. Right? You draw the pet. People are like, oh my God, that's amazing. They by themselves are going to ask you how much to send it to me. And then you can be like, okay, well, it's $40, $80, $100, $200, whatever, right? If you're doing it, I would do it on paper. I would do it on nice cardstock paper and then do it for like, I don't know, $25, $40 at tops, And people are going to gladly be like, okay, cool, send it to me. Not everybody, of course, not everybody, but that's where you're going to start creating a cash flow. Okay, that's where you're going to start working. Man, I should have charged for this session. But this is how you get started, guys. This is one way of getting started. There's many ways, but this is one way of getting started. I'll leave you guys with that. My name's Jose Trujillo, dropping massive content today, massive pebbles. This is how most businesses work, guys. This is how most businesses get started. Because again, you either got income or you got time. And the income is to promote, market, and get into the marketplace, right? And if you ain't got that, which most people don't in the beginning, even if you have it, it's going to take tremendous amount of it. You got time, you got effort. Do something with your effort and your time to be in service to the marketplace so that they can give you something in return. Most people are good people. They're just fucking good. Most people are good people. I've almost never had a bad experience when I go and give service. It's usually, I'm not going to give you something, right? I'm not going to pay you, but I'm going to refer you. But I'm going to tell everyone and their dog about you. You're awesome. You're great. See, every time I'm doing a video like this, I'm not asking for like, oh my God, I hope someone buys something. I hope someone pays me something. No, I know that I'm giving goodwill. I know I'm contributing I'm giving a service for free. Right? This is the stuff that I normally charge for. I would do a session like this and charge at least $95. Right? 30 minutes telling someone to do exactly this, step by step how to do it. And I'll do it for free, not asking anything in return. But I know the goodwill is what matters. At the end of the day, the goodwill is what matters. Because people are going to talk about me. People are going to say, dude, look what this cat's saying. I never thought about that. This is what restaurants do, guys. When they open a restaurant, what do you think they do? You think that the smart ones, I'm talking about the smart ones, I'm not talking about people who have their head up their butt. The smart ones open a restaurant, very first thing they do. I know because I was in marketing and sales for a while. That was my job. It was marketing and sales. And I understood what they were doing. People open a restaurant and the very first thing they do is they go and contact all the big bad boys and girls in their town. The CEOs, all the people who with disposable income, and they give them a free lunch or a free dinner. Or come by, we're doing free drinks, and they only host a special party, okay, for them. I know it sounds weird, but that's what they do. Why? Because they want to get them in the door, experience the restaurant. Why else would they go? Just because they opened? No, they open their doors and they're hosting a party, and it's like a special party. Like a pre-opening party, and it's all the big bad boy and girls of the place, all the top real estate agents, all the top CEOs, all the other small business owners that are not restaurateurs, and they go there and they do. The owner spends a few $1,000s that night, a few $1,000s. It's better than marketing. The owner does that. The owners are smart. They do that. They spend a few $1,000s getting people free appetizers and free drinks. Or maybe a free dinner or whatever. and get people to try and experience the place. Now people are there and like, oh my God, this is awesome. You know what, Susie? We should come for our anniversary. You know what, Mark? We should host our next, company lunch here. And on and on and on. That's how that game is played. It's a cash flow. First, you have to open up the funnel. You have to receive people. And then you can start charging. Anyways, man, I dropped so many good stuff here. All right, so much good stuff. So many. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.